how much butt wink is okay when back squatting?
There is no full correct answer you can give here. For me, as a coach, when I'm watching a video of an athlete or when I'm watching an athlete in person, what I'm really looking for is things outside of normal range of extension. And to be honest, with butt wink, a lot of what we see or perceive as butt wink is we're overly extended through that lumbar spine. Then as I set into that squat position at parallel, we'll probably hit a standard amount of extension in the lumbar spine. And then I might even go into kind of less than ideal amount of extension, right? So extension is this, right? My chest is here, my butt is here. That's what extension is, coming back like this very slightly. Lots of us will reach into this overly extended lower back position, really looking for a feeling of tightness and a feeling of contraction with the erectors in our back. And we'll bring ourselves into this overly extended position. No matter what happens, I won't be able to maintain that overly extended position through my lower back. And then as I sit down, particularly as I get to parallel in the squat, I'll have to get away from that slight amount of overextension. I'll probably just be going from overextension to standard neutral. And this will appear as butt wink if I'm watching it from the side or if I just gradually glance over as you're kind of sitting down through the squat. So firstly, make sure you're setting yourself in the correct position. Correct position with our back isn't a fully flat back. Correct position is a natural amount of lumbar extension. Make sure we're bracing appropriately through our midline. And then if we're sitting down and if I see flexion coming into that lumbar, then at that point, I feel like that is too much butt wink.
So like Dara said, how much butt wink is okay is not fully answered. It's entirely up to you or your coach or whoever's helping you or you as an individual. What we usually see is that if there's an excessive amount of butt wink, it's not that we think the butt wink is necessarily going to be a problem for you in the long run. It's that the butt wink is a symptom of something probably being an issue. So whether that's technical, so you're not holding those positions like Dara's talking about, you're not holding a good position, there's probably a mobility issue there, which would give you the opportunity to have a better squat, maybe where it's deeper, maybe it's a position to use your legs a little bit better at the bottom, whether it's to get a little bit more upright so you could use your legs a little bit more efficiently. So if there's a butt wink, it could be the mobility in the hips lacking, it could be the ankles lacking. So if the knees can't drive as far forward, the lower back will kind of crumple at the bottom. It'll stack up over itself into this kind of rounded position. And then if we're not able to drive our knees as far forward, we're thinking, okay, we're not getting as much out of a squat as we want because we primarily want it to be a leg exercise. So in that case, using the legs is an issue. And so we're saying that the butt wink is a symptom of something that we can improve elsewhere. Now, we'll probably see that anyway. It'll be pretty obvious if the ankles are particularly tight, you'll see it, but the butt wink will be a symptom of that. We're not really worried in the fact that, God, this athlete has a ton of butt wink. We need to stop squatting. Their back is going to explode and they're going to shit out their intestines or something like that. It's more a case of, okay, he's got a lot of butt wink or she's got a lot of butt wink. What are we missing here? And in most cases, we've probably already going to address it or we've already seen the issue and then the butt wink will clear up with that. So the butt wink is kind of a peripheral issue in the fact that the performance and mobility could be improved and the squat could be more beneficial or you could get more out of the squat or you could do a better quality squat. If we solve those issues and as a result, then the butt wink will also be cured or solved in that issue. I'm never worried, really, if it's going to cause an injury risk to specific flexion of the lower back. The only cases there is if someone is flexion or extension intolerant in the lower back, it can aggravate that. That's a whole different ball game. They're a particular athlete in a scenario in the same way that if squatting's hurting my knee, I don't squat as heavy, but I don't throw the baby out with the bathwater and stop squatting because I figure out what's causing the issue or try and rehab it and then come back to squatting. So the butt wink, how much is okay, is up to you. I'm not convinced right now that it's totally fine and there's no issue, but I'm also in no way convinced that it's very, very scary. I'm just pretty neutral. Hey, we're both very open. If someone comes out with very conclusive and good quality research, and they're like, oh, look, there's like a 20% higher chance that if you have a lot of butt wink, you're going to injure your back, then that'll be interesting. I'll take that into account and communicate it to people or whatever. But in most cases, the butt wink is a symptom of something else that needs to be fixed. So then we'll go and fix it. So it's not that we're fixing the butt wink per se, we're fixing the peripheral issues around that because they're probably going to make the squat more productive or more effective.
Finn,